Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, welcome back to Live My LaJoyce. I'm sorry, I literally just had a brain fart. And y'all could like visually see it happening. Interesting. So I am happy to have you back on my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Saying I'm a lot today, like I can't think, like I'm having brain farts all over the place. Let me think about it. I am going to be talking about passports and a little traveling tip that somebody put me on. So let's get into it. Oh, and y'all, today I don't have a drink. Hopefully this lovely color will make up for me not having a drink today. I don't have any water, I don't have anything. But yeah, so let's get into it. Alright y'all, welcome back. So as y'all can see, I am not in the same place. I don't have a drink, but hopefully this lovely color and the accent behind me will kind of make up for that. I am so happy to have y'all with me. So today I want to talk about passports. Passports can be a bit challenging if you have never done it, and sometimes it can be a bit maybe frustrating if you, like I said, if you've never done it, if you don't have anyone to walk you through it. So basically the passport process for me, or to me, is a little simple. Obviously I've been through it before. So let me just explain. So basically it's an application, you fill it out, you take it to you can take it to a US Postal Service that'll do passport applications. You can take it to a, like, maybe your there's usually like an office in each state that will process passports. You can do that. But basically, general definition of a passport, it gives you the opportunity to be able to travel outside of the US and outside of US territories. Also, it depends, but if you're like on a cruise, if you're on a US vessel and you go to another country, for some, you may have to have a passport card instead of a passport book, but it just depends on what your traveling situations are. So with that being said, the process of getting a passport is pretty easy. So what you can do is you can look up online, is Google passport application, and you can get the passport from the application from offline, and basically you fill it out. It's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. It will most likely ask you to have a wallet photo ID when you actually go to take the completed application to US Postal Service or whatever office you're taking it to. You'll have to have a wallet, like a little wallet picture. And some post offices, they'll actually do it for you if you don't have one. But you can do that. And then what it'll ask you for is the original birth certificate and the original social security card. Now, when you have the completed application, your wallet picture and your security and birth certificate, your social security card and your birth certificate, they are going to take those things from you. I know that sounds all right, I'm back. Thanks to the dryer not the dryer, the washer for interrupting me. But anyways, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the completed application, your wallet size photo, or you'll take the photo at the post office, wherever you. I took the photo at the post office. Yes, there was an extra charge, but I mean, whatever. So I took it, and then I also had my security card, my social security card, and my birth certificate. They're gonna take those things from you. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. just make sure that wherever you go that you feel comfortable that it's a secure place. They're going to take those things from you because they need them as identification. So what they're going to do is, your passport normally takes 6 to 8 weeks to come back to you. Now mine came back, I think, at like 5 or 6 weeks. Usually they process them pretty quickly. But you will get your social security card and your birth certificate back before the passport gets to you. They will mail them back to you. Don't be alarmed. Again, you will get them back. You'll get them back quicker than you get the passport. Now, the difference between the passport book and the passport card. So the passport card is usually for, like, if you're traveling on a U.S. vessel and you are getting off in a country, but you will be getting back on that U.S. vessel to go back to wherever U.S. territory, U.S. country, or the U.S. country. If you're going back to the U.S., you can use the passport card. However, if you are trying to go to different countries multiple times through I know, an airplane, if you're trying to go, like, you're going to land on the country, you're going to stay in the country, you will need a passport book, because now they have to stamp, and basically that's just keeping track of where you've been, how long you were in the country, stuff like that. So passport books will have the stamps, will have where it was, what date it was stamped, date you came in, date you came out, stuff like that. So I always recommend, if you plan on traveling, even if you're going on a U.S. vessel and you know you're going to do this multiple times, I always recommend getting the passport book. Yes, it is more expensive. I believe the passport book is $11.10, and I believe the card may be somewhere between $15 to $80. Don't quote me, because I cannot remember. I got my passport maybe 3-4 years ago. However, I know they're both not over $200 together. So prepare yourself for that. Once you have your passport book, make sure that you sign the inside. I made that mistake of not signing the inside before my first foreign trip, and they stopped me at customs and said, this is not valid until you sign it. So don't be like me. Sign your passport book if that's what you're gonna get. Let me see, is there anything else interesting? I know that some people, when I go through an airport, I have the South Carolina ID. Because I have the South Carolina ID, there are still some forms that are not valid. So I have the card, and I have the passport card and the passport book. So what I do is, when I'm traveling anytime in the airport, if they ask me for identification, I always pull out my passport card, because I know it's not invalid. I know there haven't been any issues. And even before South Carolina came up with this whole ID situation not being valid or anything like that, I would go through different airports, and security TSA would give me grief about my ID. Like, I heard one TSA officer, they said, "Oh, I've never seen an ID like yours. Are you sure it's real?" Honey, and don't you know, I was pissed immediately, because I'm like, I don't care what you think. At this point, I'm just trying to get home. I don't care what you think is real and what's not real. Either I have it or I don't. Either you can see a little reflection in it or you can't. Send me home. So that. But if you're going to get your passport, card, or book, I would suggest book if you plan on traveling multiple times out of the country. But remember, completed application, you can get it online, Google it. Wallet size photo, your birth certificate, and your social security card. You need them all, okay? Remember, don't be alarmed. They will take them with the application. You will get them back in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. I know multiple locations You can sign up for appointments online. So look for whatever office is in your area and see if they have available appointments. I was fortunate enough to be able to walk in and be able to do it. I know some offices, they'll allow like certain Saturdays for people to walk in without an appointment and do it. I also understand that things have changed since COVID happened. So I know like the expedited for new passports, I don't believe is being offered right now. So you have to wait your normal time. From what I've heard and what my friend experienced, so the expedited was not an option that was open at the moment. And with COVID, I believe that appointments may be required now. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But yes, remember, completed application, wallet size photo, birth certificate, social security card, less than $200. Okay, that's it. In 6 to 8 weeks, just prepare for at least 6 to 8 weeks, because just personally, my mother had an issue with getting her passport. I mean, it was weeks. And if you know anything about the older generation, it can be very hard, especially for the older generation, to prove like where they were born and things. You know, hospitals have burned down, hospitals have lost records, especially if they're from like the countryside or anything like that. It can be very, very, very difficult. So, yeah. One little tip I wanted to share with you guys, because I love y'all so much, and those who really love to travel, like, I really want you to have your best experience, the best thing, whatever information I know, I want to share with you all so that you're able to live your best life, like you see me attempting to do on these videos. So somebody shared with me, a frequent traveler friend of mine and family member, that Groupon trips actually are legit. Now, I have only known one person who has traveled through a Groupon trip, and she said it was actually good. And I'm thinking, okay, well, luck of the draw, whatever. But no, literally, family members shared with me they've been to Egypt, they've been to China, South Africa, all on Groupon trips. And like decent pricing, you know. And she was telling me, honestly, it just takes out the work that you have to do in planning a trip. So anything from flights to transfers, trains, hotels, itineraries, literally takes it out. Now, y'all, I have looked at Groupon, I have looked at their trips, and I would just be thinking like, sounds a little questionable. I don't know if I can pull this, you know. But now hearing that, and just also only having like that one person to reference, and you know, just a coworker of mine, nobody who I had just a truly solid, trusted relationship with, I just wasn't convinced. But like hearing that from her and knowing that she has purchased multiple trips and gone on multiple trips, and literally only out of all the trips she's gone on overseas, literally she said there's only 2 complaints out of all the trips. One was the people. Sometimes, obviously, when you're in a different culture, the people will treat you different. That is expected. I've had that happen when I'm in a different country. You know, what can you do? And then I think one other time, she said something about one of the hotels weren't the best. But she said the majority of the hotels, 9 out of the 10 hotels that she's been in 9 out of 10 times, is 4 or 5-star ratings, best hotels in the area. And so I'm just like, I might need to try it. So I am going to try it. I will take you guys along for the journey. As soon as I decide, you know, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to purchase, when I'm going to do it, where am I going to go, how long, and we'll see. But I want y'all to get excited, because I'm excited, because I got more trips coming this year. Literally. Before I leave this spot, I will have 2 more secured in the bag. So y'all get excited, because bam, bam, I'm going to be hitting y'all with trips. Bam, bam. Okay? Period. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you can't tell that I'm excited, I mean, just know I'm leaping for joy inside. Leaping for joy. I love y'all as always. Thank you for my talk. Thank you for this talk. I hope you guys learned something. If y'all are looking to get a passport, if y'all have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Or you can DM me. Shameless plug, LaJoyce_A. That's my Instagram. You can find me, DM me any questions that you have. Follow me. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all next time. All right. I love y'all. Bye.